What's up, everybody? Welcome back to RacingDudes.com and welcome back to another one of our previews. Let's go to Saturday, June 29th, race 8 on the card at Churchill Downs. It is the Fleur de Lis Stakes, a grade 2 event going a mile and an eighth. $500,000, surely not 50, $500,000 the purse in this one. Shorter field of 6, but look, I kind of chose to do this race. Of course, we also have a Stephen Foster video that will be out as well. That is the main event, but I chose this one because, yeah, it is a field of 6, but doesn't it kind of feel like the older female division right now is really interesting? I mean, you got Idiomatic, who got beat by Randomized, so that kind of throws it into a little bit of a tizzy of like, oh, the horse that's won so many in a row finally loses. But you still got Idiomatic sitting up there. You've got Randomized for Chad Brown, who seems to be getting better. And you got a few horses in here that I think can jump up and make an impact in this thing as well. This division, of the older filly division, female division, I should say, kind of feels like it's just waiting for a new leader to take over. We might have it here. That's why I decided to do this race for you. Obviously, the other big thing is when you think about the Breeders' Cup and the Breeders' Cup distaff, okay, we got the older fillies, and that's great. You got the big 3-year-old monster, Torpedo Anna, out there as well. So for my money, the distaff is a very interesting division. Let's talk about one of the bigger races in it. Field of 6 here, so it is short. This will be a little bit of a quicker preview, but it's an interesting field nonetheless. Number 1, Free Like a Girl. That's where we'll kick it off here. The Louisiana bred, and boy, is she really just a solid horse. She really shows up and runs well every time. Louisiana bred's doing extremely well against open company this year on some of the bigger stages. We've seen it. Overcharged is a horse that you think of, a Louisiana bred turf sprinter. Man, really, really nice horse, right? So anyway, let's go to this one. Free Like a Girl, last time out at Churchill Downs, took on Idiomatic, got third, beaten 3 1/4, got second, beaten 3 1/4. Never really threatened to win, but I thought it was a nice effort, beat some decent horses. And the Apple Blossom got third in that race, got beat by a Dari Manor and, a Flying Connection, 2 pretty nice horses once again. So, open company didn't win, but still looked pretty good against them. I think we'll have a shot here. Look, I mean, this is a horse drawing the rail, got a little bit of early speed, should get a nice little stockings position. These short fields are kind of a rider's race at times. And, Corey Lannery probably will stick to that rail and try to sneak up and try to sneak in here and maybe get a piece of it. So she's interesting, no doubt. Number 2, Shotgun Hottie. Cherie DeVoe brings this horse in. Paco Lopez the mount for the 3rd straight time. Free Like a Girl did beat Shotgun Hottie last time out in the 2 races back in the Apple Blossom. But Shotgun Hottie did really rebound off of that 4th place effort in the Apple Blossom. Ran pretty well last time out at Pimlico. Got a nice win in the DuPont distaff. So, logical spot here. Another horse that kind of has speed/stalking ability. I could see this horse just kind of sitting there in a decent spot. And again, rider's race in a 6-horse field. You get Paco. We'll see if he can do some bumping and grinding there on this one. The number 3 is Taxed. We've kind of seen it with Taxed, and we've seen it throughout her career when she's spotted, in those allowance races or maybe low-graded stakes or kind of listed stakes. She's good, can compete, can win them, everything like that. Talking about the Black-Eyed Susan last year, which is, kind of become one of those races that its name still holds meaning, but they don't get the greatest fields. But she was a nice winner there, nice second in the Indiana Oaks as well. So she was really solid. This year as a 3-year-old, you look at her, 2 blowout allowance wins where she just looked great. And the Apple Blossom where she moved up and didn't look so good. And that's kind of been the story of her career. I think it's a good spot for her, though. It is a grade 2, the Fleur de Lis, but it's not an overwhelming field. There's one horse we'll talk about here in a second that I really like, but it's not just an overwhelming field. She should be able to compete here. She shouldn't be totally outclassed here. So the 3 Tax, but again, moving up, we'll see if she can actually get the job done. Speaking of moving up, the number 4 is Scylla, and she will move up after dominating the Shawnee last time out and beating what I thought was a pretty good field, and a field that pretty similar to this. A lot of the same horse, or at least one of the major horses from that race in this one. Two wins in a row, just a dominant win on Kentucky Derby Day at Churchill Downs, and then the Shawnee, the local prep. So she looks really good to me. You kind of look at her losses this year. First off the layoff, she got second, beaten a neck by Beth's Dream down at Gulfstream Park. Beth Stream's been on a tear. She won another one last weekend. That's kind of a Gulfstream specialist. That was, just one of those races. It was also trying to get Scylla back off of a layoff. The double dog Derek Keeneland just didn't run very well. I don't really have a lot of excuses for her there. Kind of gave me a little bit of pause of like, man, I don't know. How good is she? But she has come back. She has responded with 2 blowout efforts. I think she's ready for another big one. I'm really excited about this one. I think she could be that horse that could jump up and maybe challenge Idiomatic or Randomize, whoever you want in that older division. So probably giving it away. This is probably going to be my top pick. But let's go through the other 2 before we make that official. Number 5 is a Colt. I think this is a horse, that has been in these kind of similar races before, always is kind of around with a little bit of a chance, but another one kind of like Tax. When we run against a little bit weaker of the competition, not weak per se, but just a little bit weaker than that top level, we're able to win. And if not, we're not. So I think this is another one hit the board type for me. And then the number 6, Zagara. I think this is a horse that is trying to find her way back into things a little bit. Closed with 3 tremendous wins last year. 1 or 2 of them, I should say, right over this track. The La Touraine just didn't show up. It was first off a layoff. It was a shitty track that day with the slot. Maybe she just didn't like it. The Shawnee, I thought she looked like she was going to run a little bit better. And of course she did, but Scylla just kind of passed her like she was standing still a little bit in the stretch. Now, third off the layoff, I think, again, after that kind of the disaster in the first race, kind of got to get her back here. I think she's going to run another improved effort. I do like her in second in this spot. But to spoil it, number 4, Scylla, as we round back to who we're going to pick to win. Really confident. I like this horse. I think she's going to run extremely well. I think she's kind of the up-and-comer. So this is one we'll keep an eye out. So I'm going to go number 4, Scylla, to win this one. We'll see if she can make it 3 straight. And you got to think if she wins this one, they're thinking Saratoga next, maybe the Personal Ensign or even a race before that. So this is probably going to be the horse, if she gets this one, going to go up to that grade 1 company next and take a shot at those bigger and better horses. So number 4, Scylla on top for me. All right, that'll do it for our preview of the Fleur de Lis live from Churchill Downs on Saturday, June 29th. If you need free win picks for every track every day, make sure to go to racenews.com. Check out the free picks every single day for those. And if you need premium products, go to the products page. We've got you covered with Exacta, Try, Super, and Pick 3, Pick 4, Pick 5 wagers. Just depends on what you want. We got it all covered for you. All right, guys, thanks everybody for watching. And most importantly, good luck if you're playing Churchill Downs on Saturday.